Now this question looks pretty scary, but it's okay because we are going to handle this together. And this is actually from one of the official sample SAT practice tests by the College Board. Here we go. The goal is to solve for x. The c is just a positive constant. So notice that this and that looks very similar, right? Especially have the same denominator. So I'm going to subtract this to both sides so we can put them together on one side and then combine them. So let me subtract c squared over the denominator to both sides. Now this and that cancel. We will just have to do this minus that, and because they have the same denominator already, I'm just going to write that down one time. Right, this denominator only one time, and then we just have to put x squared minus c squared, and that will give us 39. And in fact, this is very, very nice because this happens to be the inside of the square root. So here's one thing I will tell you. When we do this divided by that, we are just going to get the square root of x squared minus c squared, and that's equal to 39. Why? Let me just run through some example real quick with you guys. Here, if we have 3 over square root of 3, that is just going to be square root of 3. Done. If you have 17 divided by square root of 17, that will be square root of 17. If you have a fish, like this, divided by square root of a cat, well, that wouldn't work. It has to be the same fish, like this. Then what you are going to get is what? Square root of the same fish. Now, why though? Here, let's look at this right here. If we multiply the top and bottom by the same square root, here, square root of 3 times square root of 3 is square root of 9, which is just a regular 3. 3 times square root of 3 over 3, they cancel. So that's why we just get that. And in fact, same thing for the rest. Another way to look at it is when you have 3 over square root of 3, this is same as 3 to the first power, and the square root is the 1/2 power, and you just do the same base 3, top exponent minus the bottom exponent. 1 minus 1/2 is 1/2, and you still end up with square root of 3. And you just have to make sure that the input are the same. That's why this and that match, and it has a square root, so the whole thing is just square root of x squared minus c squared. Okay, to continue, remember we are solving for x, right? Square both sides, so we can get rid of the square and the square root. So we will have x squared minus c squared equals 39 squared. And you don't have to work this out. Then to get x by itself, we first add c squared to both sides. And then that's x squared equals c squared plus 39 squared. Then we have to get rid of the square. Take the square root to both sides. And don't forget to put a plus or minus. There are two possibilities. And right here, it's also crucial to remember, do not cancel the square root and then the square, because there's a plus in between. If you have to work out the inside, if c is a specified number, then you will have to do the inside first to see what happens and then do the square root. Just keep it, yeah, right here. And then we see x equals either positive square root of c squared plus 39 squared, or negative square root of c squared plus 39 squared. And this is option D, so choose this for the answer.